Hey everyone. Um, so I haven't made a video um, for a while because things have been going pretty bad for us. Where this pandemic is going on, and there's a lot of things have been going bad all over North America, like especially in the U.S. and some parts of Canada as well. Um, Seems that because this guy, his name is George Floyd, who was murdered by a cop because he had his knee on his neck. I don't want to get into that. I'm very sorry that what happened to this man, and it didn't have to happen. He was already handcuffed. He was already on the ground, and protests started happening after that because people have had enough. People like cops, particularly abusing their power, killing black members of the U.S. communities. Like people, even an old man, a 75-year-old man was pushed over by a guy full of riot gear. 75-year-old man, he's an old man. How dare you do that to an elder? Like, I understand that cops have a job to do, that's perfectly fine. But what it's not fine is when they start abusing that power, targeting black youth, men, women, and even in Canada, our native women and our people, even like black people in our country, are discriminated against RCMP. It's time to like make changes. Like even like I haven't heard anything since this whole protest started. Any word from like Donald Trump, Trudeau. I guess I don't know. I'm not a big fan of him, but he took a knee for George Floyd. There has to be some line where it has to stop. These protests are peaceful, but then they start rioting. They start like looting, and I can understand why law enforcement would like want to like try to stop that from happening. Like I don't see why rioting is gonna like help George Floyd's like bring his killers to justice. I know there has to be something that has to be done, but I don't think rioting is the answer. It only leads to more people being hurt, some people getting killed. We are human beings, and that's how we should be all treated as human beings. There's this video of this former Marine, Jocko, told a story about this. It was I think during World War One. The British and Germans were in the trenches, and it was like Christmas Eve. And for a few moments, they got out of the trenches, just hands up, and met in the middle of no man's land, and shook hands. They even had a game of soccer. There's like photos of this stuff. They forgot about like why are we killing each other? Countries have different views on what a friendly protest is, but for a few moments these two armies just stopped and shook hands, shared Christmas, shared laughs, had a friendly game of soccer. I hope there's peace in our time. I really do. And I understand it's really hard with especially with this coronavirus thing going on. But around the world, people have had enough of police brutality, racism. I don't want my kids growing up having to be afraid to go down the street and worrying about a cop harassing them just because their skin's a different color. I understand that not all RCMP or even all law enforcement are not this way. I see my fair share of like racism in my community in Thompson. But at some point it has to like end. Peace in our time, you know, like there's just seems to be so much like hate, pain, frustration, where, you know, in this time when, you know, there's this pandemic that we need each other, really, like, I mean, there was no need for a law enforcement to kill an unarmed person. In my country, in Canada, Native women go missing more and more often than any other race, and nothing's being done about that. Black Lives Matter, yes, I support it, I believe in it, but I also believe all lives matter too. We're only on this planet for a short time. I don't want to spend it being scared, hating. You know, I have friends who are Asian, white, black. I don't see color, you know, I see a human being. We both bleed, we all bleed red. We all have one heart, we have lungs, we have a brain. Seems like some of us don't use it as much, but we gotta start feeling with this too. You know, heart. What are we teaching our kids that, you know, yes, we have the rights to, you know, stay safe, to speak up for what is wrong, but we also have the right to speak for what is right. I'm just saying, it's time to start living for peace. Moving forward, not backwards. Country is in really a bad place right now. And I just wish to all my brothers and sisters of all colors, be safe, love each other for, even if it's for 10, 15 minutes. Look at the person beside you, say, I love you, I'm glad you're in my life. The person who's trying to like stop that because of this racism, pray for them too, because that person has a mother as well. And I'm sorry that, you know, if my views or my opinion might not agree with you, but it is my view, and I am sure that I'm gonna have like a lot of like, you know, things I gotta reconsider, because, you know, I just want things to get better. Everywhere people are hurting, and I support Black Lives Matter. I support my Native sisters and my brothers, my Asian brothers. I love you guys. Take care.